Welcome, welcome, welcome. It is another live edition of the Extra Point. Mr. P.L. Coulter right here at your service, and I'm flanked by the hit squad themselves. We got Miss Tasha T. Sizzle in the middle square, and we have a clean cut Mr. Michigan Mike flanked out playing wide receiver today. Go ahead, let him see the chin, let him see
Turn to the side. Turn to the side. Yeah. Ooh,
Nice.
Christy.
That man is clean. Good to have the fam on the show today. We have a ton to get to. But before we do that, of course, a word from our sponsor.
We are sponsored by May Janes Coffee. That's MAEJANES coffee.com. You can get your Colombian, your Honduran, and your Brazilian blend coffee, freshly ground or not, by my sweet daughter, Sasha Denise. And as we always say, every cup sold keeps a sister off the pole.
Indeed, it does. Last week, we put a nice little bow on the NFL, culminating with the Rams winning the championship. Good call by you, T. Sizzle. Good call by you, Michigan Mike. But the great thing for us, the great thing for you as sports fans is the clock keeps ticking and sports move in and out. And now we have the NBA All-Star Weekend upon us. Going down in Cleveland, the King returns home in all of his glory. We're going to get to him and a lot more today. But first, let's get into All-Star Weekend. And yes, Mike, with the fresh cut, we see you, Mr. Michigan Mike. You got to check out his gear, too. We're loving it for Black History Month. Good job by him. So, All-Star Weekend, it's finally here. It's finally upon us. It's basically the NBA's signature showcase to take the baton from the NFL as the main sport in our country to watch. And we have Team Durant versus Team LeBron going down tomorrow evening in Cleveland. So let's get to the lineups, shall we? Now, Team LeBron, he picked his own team. Team Durant picked his own team as well. Now, for Team Durant, we have Mr. Joel Embiid, John Morant, Jason Tatum, Andrew Wiggins.
We'll get to I know. I just saw that. I was like, are my glasses?
It's like Andrew Wiggins. Okay. And Mr. Trae Young. For Team LeBron, looks like he tried to stack the deck. We have LeBron James himself, Mr. Giannis Antetokounmpo, Steph Curry, DeMar DeRozan, Nikola Jokic, and as the sixth man off the bench, Luka Doncic. Can somebody explain to me why Luka is coming off the bench and Andrew Wiggins is starting in the All-Star game? Just real quick, Mike, what's going on with that?
I think Luka's afraid to get hurt, honestly. I think he's still struggling to get him back into shape. I don't think he's 100% just from what I've seen. I think he's getting there, but I think he kind of just told everyone, hey, if I can come off the bench, that's cool.
Right, because we'll get to him later on in the show as far as what he's doing with the Mavericks. I feel like the man is being disrespected this entire season, and this is just another example of that. Tasha, on how can someone like Luka Doncic, who's been the face of the NBA since the day he came in, how can someone like that lose the voting to Andrew Wiggins? Is there something I'm missing here with Wiggins? Because the starters are voted on by the fans. You can't pay me to believe that Luka Doncic has less fans than Andrew Wiggins.
Well, you have to think about it as old Canada, and he's finally showing up. You got Canadian voters that are voting for him. You got the Golden State that's voting for him. So that probably pushed him over the top right there.
But you got, to your point, you have a whole bunch of European voters too.
Yeah, but Andrew Wiggins, from what I have been looking at and reading, he just kind of came out of nowhere this year. We have not heard from Andrew Wiggins. He got drafted by Phoenix originally, didn't he?
No, it was the Cleveland Cavaliers.
Okay, we have not heard from Andrew Wiggins since that night he got drafted. Let's be honest. And then when he came up with, with the vaccine thing, but, trying to do the religion, but he went ahead and played through it. And he's kind of actually showing up this season where, like I said, we have not seen him since the night he got drafted.
Right. He was originally traded to Minnesota to bring Kevin Love over when LeBron went home the second time to Cleveland.
Okay.
And then he was shipped off to Golden State, where he is a starter, where Golden State is sitting in the number 2 spot in the West. So I guess it's West Coast love. I was just shocked to see that.
And then Luka's not being, are they broadcasting a lot of Dallas games nationwide, like nationally televised?
They're not even broadcasting them locally. I can't catch it.
Okay, and see, there you go too. Because anytime you have someone like a Steph Curry, then Klay Thompson's coming back, people are going, and the Warriors are actually winning now. People are going to watch that.
Fire, yeah. Right. And we're going to get a little bit more into Luka and the Dallas Mavericks a little bit later, but I'm just saying, when you put the players side by side, there's no comparison. 10 out of 10 is going to take Luka over Wiggins.
Yes,
so
I definitely would.
You're right. And Mike, I mean, you're a Mavs fan, so we know where you stand there.
Hey, I'm okay with him not being in the All-Star game, to be honest.
Right. You got bigger fish to fry. You ready to get out of the first round this year. I totally get that. Now, let's get to the picks. You all were on a roll during the NFL playoffs. You nailed far more than you missed. So let's see if that carries over into basketball. T Sizzle, who are you going with? Are you going with Team Durant or are you going with Team?
I'm a Giannis fan, but that boy Ja Morant.
Yes, Lord. Yes, Lord.
He is so fun to watch. But seeing how the Kang, as you like to call him, does have the future Kang and Steph Curry, I cannot go against Team LeBron, even though I'm a KD stan.
You really are, which surprised me because I know you like Ja Morant's game and you are a KD supporter through and through. That's a bit surprising. Way to throw a curveball early in the show. Michigan Mike, you're in Vegas. You got a little money to burn. Who are you putting your dollars down on? Team LeBron or Team Durant?
If this was an actual game, I'm talking about where they actually play defense, I would go for Team LeBron easily, like hands down. Since that's not the case, and we all know that no defense is being played, I'm gonna go with Team Durant just because they have nothing but scorers. So,
okay, now I'm so glad you guys picked different players. And no, this stuff is not predestined. I have no clue what they're gonna say before they say it. That's one of the beautiful things that I love about this show. I'm glad you picked different teams because now it's time to pick your MVP. Mike, who's the MVP of this year's All-Star game?
I'm going with Ja Morant. That boy's on fire. So,
Mike, you're getting so many points in Tennessee right now. Ja Morant, who you going with, T Sizzle?
I'm going for Ja because Ja is going to go out there and just show his ass. He's going to give us everything that we don't get to see because he's playing in a smaller market. He's going to say, I'm going to show y'all what y'all missing out on. I really think, he's going to take it. He's going to yak that thing. Man, I'm just ready.
If you all
y'all see the one where he pulled back, where he, they called the whistle and he was like, just.
Oh, and he was like, no, I'm just playing. Yeah. He was about to tomahawk, thunder dunk that. So you have Ja. I'm going to throw a name out there, and it's going to go back to a point that Michigan Mike made at the top of the segment. I'm going to throw Giannis Antetokounmpo in the hat as far as MVP because he's the only person that's going to play defense. He's going to rebound. He's going to block shots. He's going to run the floor. He doesn't have an NBA All-Star switch. When he sees all those other superstars out there, he's always going hard. I think he's going to be the only one playing his game 6 of the NBA Finals. So keep your eye out on Giannis as well.
But doesn't Giannis have a bad feel or isn't he just slightly injured because he missed the game before?
Right, but the game before that, he dropped 50 on 19 attempts. Who does that?
That's him, the Kang.
The guy is a machine. Now, with you all two being some basketball savants, I thought I'd have a little fun with you two this morning. We're going to call this Extra Point All-Star Weekend right here on Facebook Live, YouTube, Twitter, Twitch, Spotify, Apple Music. You know where to find us, ladies and gentlemen. But we got Team Michigan Mike going up against Team T Sizzle. You two are the coaches. You have a plethora of worldwide NBA talent at your disposal. Ladies first for the preferences of this show. T Sizzle, who are you picking up first in your pickup game?
Giannis.
Okay, so right, for all those reasons that he's gonna really try to win, huh? Okay, so Mike, Giannis is off the board. Who you taking with your first pick?
Then I'm taking Ja. I mean, that's easy.
Yeah.
I'm surprised that you're not taking Luka. The man is a walking triple-double. But I get it. You don't want to give him that many minutes because you want to save him for the playoffs. Okay, so we have Ja and Giannis off the board. Tasha, you next.
I'm going to go with the preemptive MVP in Joel Embiid.
Ooh, I'm so glad you brought up Embiid. This man is playing at an MVP level. He gets my vote. If it starts today, look, Mike is happy because his guy's on the board. Mike, who are you going with next?
Luka.
Now, come on, ladies and gentlemen. You see Luka and Ja in the backcourt. Like, what's really good? Tasha, can you combat that with a ball handler? You got Embiid and Giannis.
I'm going to take do I want Ice Tray or do I want Steph? I'm just thinking about what. I'm just thinking about what Ice Tray did to the Knicks.
Hey, take a bow with it, Ice Tray. Take your bow, brother.
But I'm gonna have to go with the tried and true. I'm gonna have to go with Steph.
Okay, all right, Mike, you up next. Denise says Curry, baby.
Nicola.
Now, Natasha, you got some work to do. He's got 3 people on his team that can all average 10 assists and do average close to 10 assists in a game. Ja, can you imagine the Luka to Ja lobs? Oh my God. But hey, Giannis and Embiid, 2 of the best bigs in the game right now. 2 of the top 75 players in the league once that's recalibrated. Tasha, you up next. I'm liking this game a little better than the picks that's already out there.
You know, I really, really like DeMar DeRozan.
He's an MVP candidate as well. He does it all but shoot the 3.
And see, I got somebody that can shoot the 3. Jason Tatum. Let me see.
Mike is ready. He got a sip of his May James. He's ready for you. Who you picking?
I'm trying to think. Do I want Jason or do I want DeMar? I'm gonna take Tatum. I'm gonna take Tatum.
Now, I will be torn between those 2 as well. Their games are very similar. Mike, okay, so Tatum is off the board. Who you got?
Who was Tasha's third pick?
Curry.
I'm gonna go LeBron then.
Come on, y'all. I was ready to say, where's the LeBron love? Oh my God. Okay, so now you got 4.
I didn't know we were. Oh no, I didn't know we were picking the captain.
So you're gonna round out your top KD?
KD, come on, KD.
He's injured.
Okay, so we got Team T Sizzle with KD.
If they were not injured,
Giannis, and Curry, and we got Team Mike with Luka, Ja, Nikola Jokic. Now you took Jason Tatum as well, Tasha, and then you have LeBron. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the scrimmage we all need to see. Let's just keep that real. Let me get y'all back in the big box here. That's the one we need to see. Maybe we send that to David Stern. To Adam Silver, the NBA commissioner, and tell him we need to reshuffle the deck real quick. That's what the people want to see. I love y'all's matchups better than what we're going to see tomorrow. Good job by you. And just to let y'all behind the curtain, they had no clue I was just about to do this. So they did this right off the top of the dome. Good.
Did you see I didn't pick KD? Because that would have always been my first.
Good.
Always going to be KD.
Good job by you. Now, all right, I'm really feeling those picks. That would be a dope matchup. We got bigs versus the smalls. That's what's going down. Want to say what's up to Ronald Shelton checking in all the way from Detroit, Michigan. Hey, they didn't know we was hitting on the East Coast there, but there you go. It's not just a Southern show. All right, now tonight we have the NBA 3-point contest and the slam dunk contest. Now, let's start here. 3-point contest. Mike, I'm gonna throw out some names for you as the people on YouTube and Facebook Live can see now. We're gonna go with Mr. Desmond Bane, Luke Kennard from the Clippers, Zach LaVine, CJ McCollum, the new Pelican, Patty Mills, Karl Anthony Towns, Big Cat's in it, Fred VanVleet from Toronto, and Ice Tray. Tasha, who wins the 3-point contest tonight?
I mean, just looking at these names, it's obvious someone will pick Ice Tray. But when did Karl Anthony Towns start shooting 3-pointers?
Oh, he's been getting down, and hopefully they'll make the playoffs this year so everybody can get a good look at him up close and personal. But him and Anthony Edwards have been a nice 1-2 punch in the Western Conference this year. They're currently in 7th place.
So yeah, I would take Ice Trey or either Van Fleet, but I think I'm Van Vliet. So I think I'm gonna go with Ice Trey.
Okay, now to Tasha's point, Fred VanVleet is hitting a career high in 3-point attempts and percentage, so he might be a sleeper to watch. Mike, who you got winning the 3-point contest?
Yeah, I'm feeling Trey as well, and my other pick would probably be McCollum. He's shooting pretty good right now. So
he shot pretty good against Memphis the other night, dropping 30 on their head and upsetting them. What's going on with that, Memphis? I'm going to be a homer and go with Desmond Bane of the Memphis Grizzlies. He's a good 3-point shooter as well. It's going to be interesting to see if he can do it in this type of format, not where he can just spot up and shoot, because kind of like the Mavericks, if you have John Morant on your team, you're going to be wide open a lot because they attack the rim. So we'll see if he can just hit them off the rack like he does when he's standing wide open. Shouts out to Langston Moore checking in. And now, Mike, on to the slam dunk contest. Let me start right here with that. Tasha, does anybody care anymore? And if they don't, why not?
No, and first of all, I don't even know who these guys are. No one cares anymore because they're doing too many antics. I mean, I know we grew up in the era with real dunkers when you could just see Neek, do that, bam, hit, tap it, and you could see, Vince Carter, arm and neck.
Putting the whole arm in there.
Jordan, from the free throw. I mean, we had real dunkers who didn't need all those gimmicks and stuff. Like I think I remember the first gimmick that I was kind of like, was when, what was his name? Jumped over the Kia. I mean, all of, I mean, it's just I want somebody to go out there and do me a windmill 360. I want somebody to rock the cradle. I just want them to do a monstrous dunk. But I think we've seen so many people dunk that it's not fun anymore. It's not good to watch.
And I'm going to use one of Mike's words that he likes to use. It's almost cringe now watching that. So many misses. Now, Langston said it's garbage since they changed the format.
Yes.
Do you agree with that? And are you interested in the slam dunk contest at all?
Yes, I agree with it. And no, I'm not interested at all. I think with the 3-point contest, like it's still what it is. Like you can't really, like when you change it, you can't really compare from past generations. And now that they've changed it and you got all this extra stuff, I'm just like, like, why do we have soccer players helping you out dunk? Like that is
right. You got Pele out there kicking it off the backboard and
pulling people out of the stands to wear a jersey of who you paying homage to. Paying homage to is doing their dunk and yanking it. That's paying homage.
Now, Tasha, you said something that I want to piggyback on real quick. You said you don't know who's in it. I'm going to read these names, and you out there listening, do any of these names ring a bell? We have Cole Anthony, who, if you're not sure, that's the son of Greg Anthony of Knicks legend. We have Obi Toppin, Jalen Green, and Juan Toscano Anderson. Are any of those wet your whistle, Tasha? For those on the podcast, if you could just see her face right now. Okay, then on to you, Mike. Is it the fact that there's no notable names in there? Does that also hurt the brand?
Yes. I mean, I guess the easy answer is yes. I mean, if you don't see them creating a name for themselves on scoring or dunking to begin with, then like, why do we want to see them in the dunk contest?
Right. And then another thing is a lot. I'm sorry, Mike. Go ahead.
I was just going to say, if I had to choose one, Jalen Green is the one that's impressed me as far as the power that he brings when he does dunk in games. So,
right. And it just so happens he's on a Houston team that is a bottom dweller and never on national TV. So nobody gets a chance to see him play except for the diehard fans. Tasha, you saying?
Then a lot of the guys who dunk now are only in-game dunkers. So that doesn't always transcend to the actual dunk contest. Vince Carter was a dunker. Right. He could dunk in game. He can dunk out of game. A lot of these guys can only dunk while they're in the game, and then they try to put that into the contest, and it doesn't work. That's why they need somebody out there throwing them a oop or bouncing it off the back. They need that.
And I think plus, and I hate this for Gen Z, but this is a generational thing, and it's something that just is what it is. We grew up in an era where we saw all the dunks. Like
Mm-hmm.
now with Gen Z, maybe you can jump over a Kia or a dump truck, or you can, throw it off the back, blowing out candles on the top of the backboard and all that. But we saw Vince Carter do the first reverse windmill. We saw him with his arm, we saw things for the first time. Michael glide through the air from the free throw line. Dominique with the tomahawk underdunk, like some of the most iconic dunks in the dunk contest actually came up during our era. So this is going to be hard to impress us with that. Now, LeBron James, everybody knows I'm a LeBron James apologist, but there's one where I'm not going to apologize for him for, because I do think that this is partly his fault. The lack of quality names that we see in this contest actually started when LeBron's generation, the 03 generation, came into the league and they stopped participating in the contest. Remember that whole decade when we begged LeBron to get into the contest, Dwayne Wade to get into the contest? They all said no. So now these young players like Ja, like y'all were saying, his athleticism, we'll just put him in the contest and we'll just watch him put on the show. We don't even care about the other guys. So good luck to y'all on that.
Because at any time had LeBron got into that dunk contest, I mean, Kobe even got in the dunk contest.
Right.
LeBron, but I think
he's from the old school.
But then again, you know how I feel about LeBron. He shies away. I don't think he wanted to, let people know he really, couldn't dunk.
You know what? I'll agree there. I think that from an ego standpoint, he had more to lose by losing to someone than more to win by giving us some highlights that'll last.
He's afraid, and that's what he's afraid. That's why we keep saying the difference between like MJ and Kobe, like those are more comparable in my opinion, because they had that no fear mentality, and LeBron's about like that Mayweather mentality of like, but like, what do I have to gain from this?
I like that comparison because Mayweather picked his opponents to keep the record alive more than he picked his opponents to be the greatest of all time. That's why when we talk about GOATs, you never hear Money Mayweather's name, no matter how many billions of dollars he has. He doesn't get that from any of the communities that follow boxing. Mayweather's name never comes up as one of the greats because of that. I think that he handpicked his people to go 50-0 because he can sleep better being 50-0 than saying I took on everybody in their prime, which he certainly did not do. Mike slipped
just like LeBron.
And that's fair. And great transition to LeBron, because now we're going to catch the people up to how we got to All-Star Weekend. And you have to start with the two best players in the game. That's LeBron James and Kevin Durant. LeBron James in year 19, averaging 29 points a game, third in the league. He's averaging 7 rebounds, 6 assists. He's on a current 23-game streak of 25 points or more, which is the longest of his career. In year 19, still operating at a high level. I liken it to Brady, who in his 22nd season led the NFL in passing yards and passing touchdowns. Just unbelievable. But with all of that being said, after 19 years, Mike, are you suffering from LeBron fatigue now?
I wouldn't say fatigue necessarily, just because I think his name isn't talked about as. I mean, I know we're talking about him right now, but his name is not out there as much. Like you could definitely see the decline. So I'm like, I'm starting to be okay with it because we're talking about Ja Morant, we're talking about Luka, we're talking about all these younger stars now, Trae Young. So I'm okay. I'm good.
Tasha, are you suffering from LeBron fatigue?
I started suffering from LeBron fatigue years ago. No, I rooted for LeBron until he did what he did against my Pistons. It's not a hate thing. Of course, I don't. Yeah. But I'm always going to root for LeBron simply because I like everything that he is accomplishing. Like, people love to get on me and cancel me because I tell them that I do not like Beyonce. I'm not a Beyonce fan. I like a couple. No, I like a few of her songs, but what I'm most proud of Beyonce for is, you know what?
Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
That's a everything. It's everything that she has accomplished from start to where she is now, and that's how I feel about LeBron. LeBron is a phenomenal player. And I have to argue with my Dominican friends down here so much because they love LeBron James because they don't see anything else. They know LeBron James and they know Kevin Durant. They know Steph Curry.
Right.
But they always say LeBron James, the best basketball player ever, but they've never seen anything else. And I always tell them, no, he is a great basketball player. But
Tist. You left off EST. Great tist.
No, great basketball player. I'm not, like I said, I've been tired of him, but I'm more excited for everything that LeBron is doing. That's what intrigues me now. I like to see him going out here, having his show on HBO. I like him buying things. I like him becoming a billionaire. That's what I like about LeBron. Now, I love his oh my God, Savannah. Oh my God. Like, I'm in love with his wife. Like, that is what I like about LeBron.
Okay. Well, and when I say LeBron fatigue, like LeBron James is, of course, a phenomenal athlete. We can always debate over the generations who's the greatest of all time. We can at least say he's the greatest of this generation. Y'all know how I feel about that, but I certainly won't poo-poo anyone who says MJ is the GOAT or Kareem Abdul-Jabbar for that matter, because he has the hardware to prove it, just like Brady. When you start flashing them rings, it's kind of hard to dispute that. As I mature in my sports wisdom, I'm starting to concede that it may not be 6 for LeBron. He's going to have to do it another way. But when you see stuff like him being at the Super Bowl and then trying to get a parade, trying to lump himself in a parade with the Rams, when he just like sometimes it's like, sit down, LeBron. Like
he did.
They needed someone to jump in there. They didn't have anybody at that parade.
He looked very thirsty.
Yes, he did. I was like, LeBron, we know you won a championship, but that was a couple of years back. You can't celebrate your birthday with mine if your birthday was 6 months ago. Like, let me have my birthday party. What are you doing?
Well, I don't know. Let your sister tell it. Whoever birthday it is, she don't celebrate like it's her.
You know what? That's a great point, and I can't dispute that. So let's go to a question from our panel here. We got Denise. Will LeBron stay and play with Bronny? So that puts him in about at least 3 years, giving Bronny a chance to graduate high school and 2 years of college. Tasha, you say what?
Shit. He broke down now. He ain't gonna make it 3 years. Who you think he is? Vince Carter?
Go on. If Vince can make it 20, LeBron can. Mike, you say what?
Well, he's already said that he'll go anywhere to play with his son. So I think that's possible for sure.
I think that's possible, and I think that the Lakers are in trouble because he's going to work behind the channels to find out where his son is playing and find a way to be there. Do you think that's corny, or do you think that's admirable, Mike?
I think it's
no.
corny.
I think that's cool. I think that's cool. I mean, you've been training with your son all his life for the chance to have him have as much success as you have, but to go to a point to where you can actually play with him and succeed and at least win one game with him, like it just hits different.
We call it the Savannah Bowl. Let her go out there and sit and be like, look at my lineage. Look what my loins produced.
I mean, it's not like when you were watching Ken Griffey Sr. and Ken Griffey Jr. play together now. That's different. I mean,
what's different about it, Tasha?
Like that.
What's different?
Because Ken Griffey Sr., by the time Jr. was pulled up, it wasn't where's my bat, it's where's my cane. Where's my Geritol? Where's my Ben Gay?
LeBron is a different beast. Him LeBron and Brady were made off of a factory machine. They weren't just created.
LeBron gonna get in that game with Bronny. They're gonna get him in with the last 2 minutes. He gonna dribble and pass it because that's what he does best.
Don't do that.
And let somebody else shoot the ball. He gonna pass it to Bronny. Bronny gonna shoot it, and then he gonna retire the next day.
I mean, to your point, like the Griffeys had that moment where the dad hit a home run, then Junior hit a home run. Like, so I think, I mean, they both hit double doubles or something like that. Like, that would be cool.
Something like that. But cool. But y'all know baseball and basketball are 2 different games on the body. Like, baseball is long and drawn out and boring. You can stand there and play baseball in your late 30s, early 40s, because it's not that much wear and tear on your body. And we wasn't expecting Senior to run up against the wall and catch the ball like Junior did. But in basketball, they would expect LeBron, they would expect LeBron to go out there and play, unless you want him to pull a Udonis Haslam just to check in.
They haven't had that expectation on LeBron in years. Everyone knows that he just comes out in the playoffs and just shows up. I mean, that's what it is.
Right. And let that man do the Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. Let him coattail ride up his last couple of rings as a 40-year-old mentor, coach type. And then he can go ahead and go in the booth and coach LeBron after that. So let's do this for Savannah, all right? For Savannah. So, I mean, I think that would be pretty neat. You almost baited me into another LeBron debate, Tasha, because you're being very disrespectful to King right now. The man is aging like fine wine. He's third in the league in scoring. For a fraction of a percentage point behind Joel.
Measured in time, thinking the other brothers loved you, but the pleasure was mine. I'm sorry. You said something about fine wine.
That was a banger, but we're gonna move on. Okay, so with these two, KD and LeBron, they're both in the same boat, and I'm very interested to hear your opinions on this. LeBron, KD, they both did the same thing. They both handpicked their quote-unquote super team. Durant picked Kyrie Irving. He okayed the trade from Houston to bring Harden over to have their big three. They only played in 16 games together. We'll get to that in just a moment. LeBron shipped all those young players off for AD, won a bubble championship, but now the team looks old and crusty. You got rid of whatever ancillary pieces that you did have that was young. You shipped them away for Russell Westbrook, who I would have fired up that he was brought on board, but he's been an abstract disaster. I mean, an absolute disaster. The Lakers and the Nets were preseason favorites to meet in the finals, and both teams are in danger of missing the play-in tournament. Can you believe that? They're both in danger of missing the play-in tournament. Who made the worst decision? KD bringing over Kyrie and Durant, and Harden, or LeBron bringing over Westbrook and getting rid of all his young pieces? Tasha, you first.
I would say the Lakers and LeBron. And
your daughter agrees.
I was on board with that because I thought Russ was going to come out and play different. Who knew Russ was like, I really thought, remember we were talking, I said, that's a good move because all LeBron's going to do now is get a ball to Russ and Russ going to do his thing. Russ ain't doing his thing.
He's not doing a damn thing.
Right. And you can't really fault the Nets because who would have thought that Kyrie was going Kyrie? But he kind of told y'all at the beginning of the season he was going Kyrie. So that should have been
Kyrie is always going Kyrie. Kyrie has Kyrie at every stop. Boston, yes. Cleveland, you name it.
And then again, then you got Harden coming in looking like he was in Houston now because I guess every time he protests, he gets fat and says, I'm finna get out of shape.
You know how fatty those wings are in the strip club?
Yes. You get all the flavors. But I think because LeBron actually, I just think, man, I think it's falling on Rob Pelinka now because he's okaying this.
But do you have a choice of okaying it if you have LeBron on your team? We know LeBron is making those moves. But that goes without LeBron's approval.
But that goes to show you LeBron is not Kobe.
Oh well, LA showed him that.
Pelinka's going to get the heat now because Kobe's no longer with us. So he's going to get all that smoke, even though it was LeBron's idea to say, hey, this is my guy and I want him again, which I cannot fault LeBron because who would have thought Westbrook was going to show up and,
Mike,
Yeah. I'm going to go.
Right, he's been so bad that they couldn't move him at the trade deadline. That's how bad Westbrook has been this year. Mike, who made the worst picks?
I'm gonna go with the opposition and say that KD had the worst decisions there. It was obvious that KD tried to pull LeBron and was like, "Yeah, I can do that too." But now it's obvious that nobody likes to play with KD. Like
it's not. It ain't nobody not because the Golden State.
Tell him why, Mike.
No, they did have a problem playing with him.
When Draymond was up in his face doing this, they still didn't.
Right. And how long did he last?
But how many rings did he get them? And when they were all there winning, everybody was cool. I don't think KD.
It wasn't even cool though. Like they were still griping at each other, even when they were winning. So.
But they did a show. They done made up. So it's not the issue. I think when Harden got to they sold him a bill of goods. I think, with the Kyrie thing, he really thought that they were going to be the big three. It was going to be him, Kyrie, and KD. And then, of course, with everything that happened with Kyrie, and then KD getting, injured.
But Kyrie didn't get injured. That was because of a personal decision he made. I didn't say he got injured. I said the whole thing with Kyrie. Right, but I'm just saying that it was a choice that Kyrie made to not be there.
And then KD getting injured, and then Harden to some point getting injured. I really thought the Lakers were going to show up, but I mean, you can't really show up when your supposedly next go-to player, street clothes, is always in his damn street clothes.
And once again.
So to my point, what I was saying is that the Nets made the biggest mistakes, and I honestly think that this can be resolved by end of season and say who goes further. I think the Lakers still have what it takes because they have a lot of experience. I think everyone's sleeping on the Lakers right now. I think they can at least get through the first round.
I'm sleeping on it,
Mike. You're gonna make me do it. I wasn't gonna do it today. Let me put this on.
I'm sleeping on them. I'm pulling the covers up over my head because the ceiling fan is on and it's too cold. They ain't going nowhere because you only person you have to depend on now is LeBron. Again, because street clothes is in street clothes. Russell is out here not doing what we thought he was going to do. And as long as KD,
and they're still in playoff contention. That's what I'm saying.
As long as KD is injured and not on that court, Brooklyn has no chance whatsoever because KD and Giannis are like the same type of player to me. They can drag along some scrubs. Remember how LeBron had to drag along scrubs?
LeBron can't do that anymore, though.
But LeBron can't do it anymore, but KD can still drag along some scrubs and make them somewhat viable. LeBron can't drag, his back is tired. He drugged scrubs for shit for how many years in Cleveland?
Mike is not buying it. Mike, what say you?
I'm just saying, like you're saying, you're proving my point. The Nets have no chance whatsoever, but the Lakers are still in playoff contention, even with a bad Westbrook. I think he's going to catch fire.
No.
We shall
I don't think either one of them are going to make it. It's.
I don't either. I don't either. But if we're talking about getting out of the first round, with Kyrie only playing road games, and here's the interesting thing about the Nets. Right now, if the play-in started today, they'd have to go play Toronto. Guess who can't play in Toronto if they're unvaccinated?
Kyrie.
In a one-game format? Ooh, that could be very, very terrible. that could be terrible. I'm worried about KD and the Nets. Of course, I'm worried about LeBron, but some good stuff there. We'll see how this plays out over the next 26 games. Now, with this being in mind, we do have a huge trade that we need to talk about. Speaking of the Nets, they got rid of said wing-eating strip club visiting Harden, and he's now a Sixer. And the Sixers get Harden to go pair along with Joel Embiid, who's currently playing at an MVP level. Now the Nets get back Ben Simmons. They get back Andre Drummond and Seth Curry. Mike, I'm coming to you first. Who wins that trade, the Sixers or the Nets?
Ooh. I think that's tough. I'm gonna say the Sixers though. I don't see anything. I see the Nets as being almost like a place to not succeed after. I don't know what do you want to call that,
like
but it's just
like that's where you go to go ahead and lose out.
I mean, we call that Jaguars or Detroit, but
well,
for the football world,
is already on fire.
So I'm gonna say the Sixers on this one.
Sizzle, who won that trade? The Sixers or the Nets?
If the Nets had all their players, it would definitely be the Nets. But I got to go with Mike on that. I think Philly, as long as again Harden stays out of the Scripper Club, out of the Shake Joint.
Now he's in Philly. Now Eve danced in Philly. There's a lot of and
Drea Michelle, and she got one of the coldest bodies, baby, out there. So
your girl bag Kanye coming out of one of them stripper clubs up there in Philly.
Right, it's some talent up there.
There's some talent up there.
So as long as he can keep his mind.
So we've heard, Mike. So we've heard. Right, Mike is like, right. on the live with it. What the selfie
Dropping
stick?
down to a split. Popping on that handstand, but she still
Oh,
right.
Mike, what you know about that? Remember those birthdays? We digress. The first
Back
birthday
to
party
the
I went to with Mike, there was a bunch of going on, and I was at work the next day like,
he talking about squids. That's what he talking about.
oh, hey, Stacy, yeah, it was a video game, a virtual video game. Now, I have to agree with both of you on this one. If you look at last year's playoffs, the Sixers, Joel Embiid did all he could do to beat Atlanta with a player in Ben Simmons who wouldn't shoot the ball in the fourth quarter.
I don't think Ben Simmons even wanted to. Oh my God, that was embarrassing. That was embarrassing.
Harden's not going to do that. You can sit Joel for a couple of stretches, let Harden do his step back jump. We even saw Joel Embiid on Thursday night do the Harden step back. So it looks like he's already teaching them some of his moves. I agree with you all there. I think Philly is gonna. I think they're gonna be a problem. And if the basketball gods are listening, and we know they listen to the extra point, we'll get a Philly Brooklyn matchup in the playoffs. Come on, can we please get a Philly Brooklyn matchup in the playoffs? Are you worried about Ben Simmons' mental state going into a new situation with Brooklyn? Mike?
No. Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead, Mike.
What's up with you, Tasha? You're not worried about his mental? You think that was just all Philly, huh?
Yeah, I just think it was a farce because he showed up and he nutted up. He couldn't perform. So then and no, I'm not knocking mental because again, you guys know I have my husband has PTSD, so I deal with mental illness every day.
I'm a Titans fan. I have PTSD too. I'm sick of it. That came out of my spirit, so I'm sorry. I'm hurt. I'm sick of them doing me like this.
But I think he tried to use that to try to garner some sympathy. And of course, if you're in a job and you claim mental illness, they technically cannot, do anything to you. So I don't think anything was wrong with him other than he was scared, he was embarrassed, and he just couldn't perform.
Now, let's go. Let's keep with the perform, Mike. But while I'm asking you this question, can you lean back and let the people on YouTube see your swag real quick? That's what we talking about right there. Mike came ready for y'all today. We're going to have to retweet Mike's face all over social media today. Mike, do you think that KD can unlock Ben Simmons' game in a way that Joel Embiid couldn't?
No, absolutely not. I disagree with Tasha. I think that once you start whining and you can't perform and you have, you said that you're diagnosed with these mental issues, like it doesn't just go away. Like you can't just change location. Like you're going from Philly, which is a somewhat harsh environment, to like Brooklyn area, which is
New York media
harsh environment.
Oh no, Mike, I'm not. No, I'm agreeing with you. I just think he's a slow ass player. I don't.
Well, I agree.
I agree with you.
But I'm saying it's not going to change. Like
nothing's going to change.
Yeah.
No.
I think he's not going to.
That's who he is. That's who he is. Like I said, I don't think it had anything to do with mental issues. That's just who he is.
Yeah. Whose legacy gets hurt more? Real quick, whose legacy gets hurt more because of what they chose to do with their rosters? KD, if they don't make the playoffs, or LeBron if the Lakers don't make the playoffs?
Oh, KD, most definitely.
Yeah.
I think, I'm going to say KD because what I said about, no one being able to play with him. If this definitely happens, like, dang, you've had so many chances. We could even start from the OKC days, like to where everyone was like, oh, okay, well, maybe it was Westbrook.
Right.
If Westbrook succeeds in the playoffs after this, but KD doesn't, you can definitely see, like,
I like
the noise in the background, guys, but they're doing stuff to my house, so that's what you're hearing.
Oh no problem. That mute button is lovely though.
So talk amongst yourselves. Hold on.
So Mike, I want to come back to you because of what you said about KD and some of his choices, because you're going to be judged by different criteria when you walk away from a dynasty to go do your own thing because somebody called you a name. I mean, let's man up. You know what I'm saying? Like, somebody called you a name, he stuck his finger in your chest and called you the B word, and you wanted out of a situation where you could have won 4 titles in a row because you got your feelings hurt. You could have been in a dynasty. You go and you team up with anybody in the world you could team up with, and you team up with with Kyrie Irving, who we know is a head case in itself. Regardless of what you feel about the vaccination, he was missing games because of George Floyd. That hurt his, he didn't want to do that because of George Floyd. He didn't want to play because he was having some old mental issues. Come to find out, he was at a birthday party with his sister, and he just took 2 weeks off from work. Like, who does that? Like, so I think KD, if you wind up not winning another title after you chose to leave a dynasty situation, with LeBron, at least LeBron can say, well, that wasn't the Westbrook that I signed up for. Westbrook and AD can't stay healthy. I think we can give you more of a pass.
Because Westbrook was even playing better before he got to the Lakers. Like, what? It's almost like
with the Wizards. I thought it was a great trade. I thought it was a great trade. So let's move this forward because KD and LeBron are on their last stages of their career. Mike, who should be the new face of the NBA? Who's got next?
I mean, I would definitely say it's up between, in my opinion. I mean, I'm talking like long term, like at least 10 years.
Let's say over the next 5-10 years, who should be the new face of the league?
I'm gonna go with Luka and John Morant. Right now, I'm gonna go with Morant, just because he's been more consistent, in my opinion, than Luka. And he's had, I guess they have a similar spotlight, but I feel like I've only seen, of course, I watch the Mavs games, but I only see like highlights of Morant. Like
they haven't gotten to the point where they get to national. Right. They got national relevance.
That's gonna change Sunday. That's gonna change Sunday.
And he's gonna make sure. Did you see his IG where he had the tequila and he's riding in the limo, telling the NBA to put them on TV more? This guy wants it. I would be happy to sign up for that, except for one little bitty thing. Josh kryptonite is Luka Doncic. Dating back to when they first got in the league together. The Memphis Grizzlies' kryptonite are the Dallas Mavericks. It's only two teams that the Grizzlies, who are 42-18. There's only two teams that have a winning record against the Mavericks. I mean, Dallas. I'm sorry, Memphis this year, and Dallas is one of them. Beat them 3-1.
It could be like to where we have not two, I wouldn't say goats, but like two faces of the NBA, almost like the NFL, and you had like Tom and Peyton, going head to head, all the time through the seasons.
I'm glad you said those two because that's an interesting comparison because they're going to have to knock each other off to get the title. They won't be able to meet in the finals like Bird and Magic. They're in the same division, for goodness sakes. Luka can match Ja point for point. Kristaps Porzingis, which we're going to get into in just a second, he was one of the few bigs that could bring Jaren Jackson Jr. out of the paint. Jaren Jackson Jr. leads the league in block shots. You can't block a 7-footer who can shoot with range. The matchups were just bad, and I am praying that Dallas stays in the 4-5 slot and we stay in the 3rd slot so we don't have to see them until the conference finals. I do not want a first-round matchup with the Mavs. I just do not. Tasha, who's your new face of the league, or who should be the new face of the league?
I don't know what it is about Mike and Luka. I just don't get that.
He's the bomb.
That's not what I'm saying. That boy can ball. Like we said, anybody got them bitches in their last name?
We can get into it when we talk about the next segment, but
they can't go back.
Transition nicely. Do your thing.
They can't go back. If you got that bitch in your last name, you can't go back.
Hey, the bitches don't play in the NBA.
Right. But I think it's going to be hard for someone like him to be the new face of the NBA. It would be more of a Ja or more Giannis type thing. Because as much as we appreciate his game, I don't think everyone else appreciates his game, if you kind of get where I'm going with that. But I would see more of course, I'm a Giannis stan now for whatever reason. And of course, I just love to watch Ja. What's going to hurt Ja is the market.
Yeah, that is going to hurt Ja. And the perception of Memphis overall is not a city that you want to continually put in that 7:00 slot because it's just, when you think Memphis, you think first 48. And I'm sorry, Memphis, I love y'all.
The whoop that trick all-stars.
You think about physicality and the Zebo days, and Zebo certainly had his reputation. Giannis should be the next face of the league, 2-time MVP, Defensive Player of the Year, Finals MVP last year, playing out of his mind this year. It's not going to happen. With Luka, Luka just needs to advance in the playoffs. I think once he gets to the spotlight where the stars dwindle, and it's because he's knocking them out of the when he knocks out a Jokic, when he knocks out a LeBron, when he goes head to head with them and knocks them off, I think then his stature will rise. Ja Morant is like the new Lamborghini, but he's the Memphis Grizzlies have a way to go to get to where Dallas is as far as playoff experience. And let's get to the Mavericks because they just made a blockbuster trade as well, getting rid of Kristaps Porzingis, shipping him off to the Washington Wizards. And in return, they got Spencer Dinwiddie and Davis Bertans. Now, Mike, let's go with you because you're our local Mavs fan here. Was this move about money, about getting the team better, or about making Luka happy? What of those three do you think was the determining factor?
I'm gonna go with all of the above.
Oh, okay, all of the above. All right.
Yeah, I mean it's not a secret that Luka gets what he wants right now with the Dallas market.
As he should.
And honestly, I think KP has been doing better than the last couple of seasons.
He's a Grizzlies killer. I love the trade. He's a Grizzlies killer. I love it.
Yeah, I mean he's gotten more consistent. He's better with his game. He's better driving the ball, getting rebounds, things like that to what we got him for. I honestly think it has to come down to he wasn't meshing well with Luka for whatever reason. I don't know what it is. And then that's why he got shipped off.
Yeah, I mean, because Luka's the star. Luka's the star, and if you're going to choose between a talented star player and a talented backup player, you're going to keep your star around.
Right. And if you're number two, but you came in thinking you were going to be number one, the next year they draft the number one who's a transcendent generational player, you're going to have some tension there. And I think Rick Carlisle did a poorer job of handling that than maybe a player like Jason Kidd, who was once a rookie of the year that had to kind of take a back seat to Dirk when they won that title. That wasn't his team. That was Dirk's team.
That
he was
was
yes. And he did what he had to do to get that chip. I'm not mad at that. So the Mavericks, quiet as kept, number one defensive rated team in the league. I think we got to give Jason Kidd his props. This is a team that if you have one of the most potent, versatile scorers in the game in Luka, who's averaging damn near triple-double, I think he's one rebound and one assist shy of averaging a triple-double. And you have the number one defense in the league, you're going to be a problem.
I envision this year Mavs being like the Spurs in the early 2000s of just being quiet the whole season and then just boom. Like, where did they come from? Same thing.
Memphis, don't you fall to the 4th slot. Don't you do it. And Dallas, don't you fall to the 6th slot. We don't want that smoke. If y'all
at all.
And your star player can play with our star player, I don't like our chances. So we're gonna ride on that. Now, Tasha, what do you think the ceiling for the Mavs are this year? What do you think? You think they get out the first round this year?
It depends on who they're playing in that first slot. And
right now,
Facebook users say.
Right now, it will be the Utah Jazz.
I don't think they could get Utah, not right now, with the lack of help for Luka.
I think this is the year they get out the first round. So that I don't.
But I don't see them. I don't see them beating Utah though. Not at this time.
They're getting healthy at just the right time. They went on they were the number one seed for a long time. Then Gobert got injured. Then Mitchell got a concussion. They lost 9-10 games in a row, which brought them back to the pack. But when they're healthy, they could be a problem. Okay. So, Mike, what's the ceiling for your Mavs this year? You're happy with the trade. You wanted Porzingis gone the last time we talked basketball. Are you happy with this? What do you think the sky is the limit? Is the ceiling the roof, like the Michael Jordan said?
I mean, that would be like ideal, yeah, but I don't see it happening just because I see the direction that they're going now. And like Mavs fans talk about, I don't think that's enough to help Luka and what he wants. But I mean, to what you were saying about Jason Kidd, like if we had someone to help you score, and you don't know how to work with them. Let's see. Okay, this is your team. Do it by yourself now. So if he shows up and just like takes over like early LeBron, I could see Western Conference Finals for sure.
But what is their Achilles heel right now? What is Dallas' Achilles heel?
Big man. And
are they? Go ahead.
What? Go ahead.
So are they in the market? Are they looking for? What are they doing to keep that arrow from getting shot in their foot?
Yeah, I think they're trying to get a cheap big man that can just get rebounds for them, and then have Luka take over and have a big bench. I think that's what they're relying on right now.
And that's exactly what Luka has been doing since that trade. In the 4 games since Kristaps Porzingis was traded, Luka has had 2 40-point, 15 rebound, 10 assist games, 2 of them in the last 4.
And then I'm going to say this again. When you have superstar players where everything, offense, defense, everything goes straight through them, they continue to struggle and they don't make it.
It's going to be interesting to see. I would love to see them. I don't want to see Ja and Luka playing against each other. Space them 2 out so we can have fun talking about them in different series, maybe meet later on. I'm worried about whoever plays the Mavs this year. For some reason, with the removal of Carlisle, it looks like this team has better continuity. They've been doing this without Tim Hardaway Jr., who's been out for the last month. If you get your star player to buy into team defense and he can drop you 40, get you 50, he had 28 points in the first quarter last Saturday against the Clippers.
Yeah, seven threes. Yeah.
So I'm worried about Luka and the Mavs. They are kryptonite for Ja and the game. We shall see. So it's going to be interesting tonight to see what goes down with the 3-point contest and the slam dunk contest. I'm petitioning to see Team Michigan Mike versus Team T Sizzle. That's the matchup that the world wants to see. If you came in late, make sure you check out that first segment. These 2 teams, I think, will be better than the matchup that we're going to have on Sunday on TNT. So with that being said, Michigan Mike, you have any parting shots?
Just shout out to the shirt again. Gave me this shirt. So it's a dope design and Black History Month. So
I need that in the 2X. Reminder. Go ahead. I'll inbox you the address. Go ahead. I need that in the 2X. T Sizzle, any closing remarks?
I really don't have any closing remarks. I'm just, like I said, I'm just glad to be off today because I work on Saturday.
Closing remarks is I'm off on Saturday. Right.
Oh, and I do. We can give a shout out to Tiffany Rowe. Her birthday is today, so yeah,
it is. Friend of the show. Happy birthday, Tiffany! Happy
owns her own. She bought her own semi now, so she's really
about to make that money.
And when I say she got her own money, I mean she got her own money.
Right, a female in the trucking business, an entrepreneur, a chef. She's doing her thing. Happy birthday! Hope you have a great one, Tiffany. I want to end the show on a little more serious note. The other day, I woke up to the absolutely sad, tragic news that one of my colleagues that I work with back at Fishbowl Radio, a talented comedian, took his own life at the age of 27 years old. This was a kid, and yes, I use the word kid because I'm old enough to call a 27-year-old a kid. This kid was an amazing comedian. He had a huge following on TikTok and social media. He was hilarious. He was the toast of the town every time he came into the studio. Everybody loved this kid. Nobody would have ever dreamed in a million years that he was battling demons that he could not overcome. So if you're watching this, we just want to say if you're suffering in silence and you're watching this show right now, please reach out to a trusted friend, family member, a teacher, a coworker, somebody that you feel like that you can express yourself to. If you don't have any, hell, hit up the show, hit up the Extra Point, message me, message Michigan Mike, message T Sizzle. I can vouch for their character. They will talk to you. They won't leave you hanging. This is a serious deal. It's so sad that somebody so young would make such a permanent decision for a temporary season. And my heart goes out to him and his family. If you guys are suffering or you know someone that's suffering from depression or having suicidal thoughts, please do not be silent. Do not suffer in silence. Reach out. We have the number right here for the National Suicide Prevention Hotline. It's a toll-free number. It's 1-800-273-8255. Again, the suicide prevention lifeline number is 1-800-273-8255. We want to see you live to see another day, because the next day could be the day of your breakthrough. Don't give up. Call out to somebody. Call us if you need to, and we will talk you through it for you to hopefully see another day. On behalf of Michigan Mike and T Sizzle, we want to tell each and every one of you to love yourselves, love one another, and we'll see y'all next week. Enjoy the All-Star game. Peace.